But first, we're tackling something that can be very tricky in families, setting boundaries between yourself and your adult child, or maybe you are the adult child trying to set boundaries with your own mom. Joining us now is Kerry Dixon, aka Dr. Mom. Dr. Mom, why is this an issue, particularly with moms and their children? And is it specifically with daughters?
It's a lot with daughters because what happens is oftentimes people will say, hey, let's go out. You and your girlfriends want to go somewhere. But then one of you may ask your daughter to go along or talk to her daughter and say, well, I'm going to see what she thinks or if she wants to come. Or the worst thing is everyone shows up and then one friend has their daughter with them.
So what is it that makes it so awkward when that happens?
Because we're girlfriends. We've known each other for a long time. We are hanging out. We've done things. And there is a difference. There's a hierarchy of adults.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. What is this hierarchy that you speak of?
Well, there's a respect factor. So we're all adults. Okay, let's say you're 18 to 75 or 80. But there are the adults, which are in their 70s, the older adults.
Okay, those are the
adult adults.
Okay.
Right, they the wisdom, they've been an adult a long time. Yeah. There's a respect factor there. But then there's the 50-somethings, and then you have a respect for the older adults. So some things the 50-somethings won't do or say around the 70-somethings. Then you come down to the 30-somethings and the 20-somethings. So
20-somethings are like babies.
But they think that they're adult,
but
and
they're
they are.
Babies, right?
They're babies compared to everyone else.
And I mean that lovingly. They just you don't know what you don't know.
But there's still there's still this respect, this wisdom, this every generation, every 20 years, 10 years or so, they are your elders, and you're to respect them as your elders, not as someone you're going to hang out with or go to the party with or let's go and do a girlfriend's day. I'm not interested in your daughter coming along. Sorry.
So you're talking about when there's groups of friends, but what about, you know, I mean, I realized once, because I was such a brat when I was younger, and finally my mom and I started becoming really close, and I still apologize for how I behaved between the ages of 12 and 16 because
we all do.
It was like horns sprouted out of my head. But at this age, I feel like my mom is my friend, and I like to do things with her. Okay. I like to take her out. But you're saying that's fine, just don't have my mom invite me with her friends?
Absolutely. I mean,
so I'm not allowed to hang out with my mom's friends?
Well, the thing about it is,
they don't want me there.
And guess what? You have your friends.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to have your group of friends that are in your age range that you hang out and do things with. Wouldn't it be a little awkward if someone's mom hung out with you guys?
Like all the time?
Yes.
Or like in Mean Girls when the mom shows up with
one of the greatest movies of all time, Mean Girls, right. So no, that is not to happen. And again, if you and your mom hang out like together or you're going somewhere, but let's not spring your mom onto a group of friends going out, or let's not spring your daughter onto. That's happened to me.
It has.
It has happened.
So how do you handle it without offending the person who wanted to bring their adult daughter with?
Let's hope they kind of ask first,
do
you mind if so-and-so, so that I can say, oh, I thought it was just going to be the girls, like when we were growing up, or the girls. So sometimes as adults, we call ourselves and our group of friends the girls. And so that's a nice way of saying, oh, I thought, instead of like, oh, no, because you don't want to insult the daughter.
Right.
You don't want to insult the mom. You don't want to insult the situation. But there are times when it's just you and your friends. And you can be friendly. This is the deal. Your kid is your friend. They're not your friend, but they are someone with whom you're friendly with.
What about when you're no longer living together and you're no longer paying any sort of bill for your child? You truly live in separate places. You're totally independent financially. Can you transition into friends?
Depends on what the word friend means. Today, the word friend is just thrown out there all the time. You know, you have what? 10,000 friends.
Facebook
on your
did
Facebook.
That, right?
Right. So what do you really mean when you say friend? And what is the nature of that relationship at that time?
Right.
So it just varies. So we can always be friendly and we can be different sets of friends, but not your girlfriend's girlfriends.
Got it. Dr. Kerry Dixon, aka Dr. Mom, thank you.
Thank you.
And now we want to tell you about a comedian.